Hi, Brent Haynes with Wood Sound Flutes. I am so excited about the flutes that I have to share with you today, more so than normal because I have two flutes made out of the Honduran Rosewood Burl that I went down to Georgia specifically to hunt. The flute in my hand is Honduran Rosewood, what I believe to be Honduran Rosewood Root Burl. This root burl, the reason that I believe it's root burl is number one, it doesn't have any sapwood on it. All of the Honduran Rosewood Burl that I've seen has all had sapwood on it. And I've worked with probably up to this point now, I've probably had 10 different burls that I've cut. All of it has had sapwood on it. And many of the burls that I've used, I know have not been from roots because I've had seen trunk parts on them. And so I know they haven't been from roots. This particular one, I don't have any assurance of that at all. It has many little fine pieces to it, little fine parts that look like they could be the little tendrils of roots that go into it. They create these little rays that I hope that you can see in this video, little rays that create chatoyance and curl. You'll see them kind of coming through this direction. They didn't come out as brightly as I wanted them to in the pictures, and I'm hoping in this video that you can really see them. And I'm just going to turn the flute a little bit here so that you can really see this grain, and because it is spectacular. I have just never seen any grain quite like this Honduran Rosewood Burl, root burl grain. It's really something. I've never seen anything like it. Acoustically, it's spectacular. It has the exact same aroma as the Honduran Rosewood Burl that I'm used to. It has the same fabulous aroma, fills the room. It actually may be stronger in the aroma than the standard burl that I'm used to for Honduran Rosewood Burl. A little bit stronger. It's a little denser than the standard Honduran Rosewood Burl, which is a very dense wood to begin with. It's all heavier than water, and the grain structure of it is a very, very tight grain fiber to it. And so it just, to me, looks like the fibers that you see in roots. Fibers that are meant for transporting water and extracting water from the ground and transporting them to the surface. And so, very exciting to me. It's just super, super exciting. We had a lot of fun with this particular flute. Trimmed it with the Honduran Rosewood Burl, the dark Honduran Rosewood Burl, here with some ebony, turquoise, our bear totem, and it is just spectacular. Beautiful natural ends on them. And anyways, very excited about it. This is in the key of mid-A. Rosewood Burl. Fabulous. So fun. It has been a fun time in the shop recently. I've really enjoyed it. This is Honduran Rosewood Burl, what we've come to expect, only really, really fabulous. Just spectacular color, incredible figure, and really amazing. A little bit of sapwood down here on the end. This is what I've come to expect out of Honduran Rosewood Burl. The sapwood, the typical figure and colors to it. We trimmed it with a little bit of the root burl, the ebony and the turquoise, and this is in the key of mid B. Oh, love it. Love the aroma. Honduran Rosewood Burl. Spectacular. Just awesome, awesome flutes. Awesome woods. Incredible stuff. Love it. Now it's time to bring out the big guns. This is Cocobolo, and again, this is actually in the rosewood family. This particular wood, though, is from Mexico, and this is from southwest Mexico. It also has sapwood in it. You notice it's kind of interesting. Similar colors, and but this is like I say, Mexican. It's a rosewood from Mexico. The Cocobolo is, but it has a big swath of the sapwood through it. It has beautiful landscaping in the grain, and this particular bass flute, we put our side blow on it. Now the side blow is supported with the tube of the flute. So I bring the mouthpiece and I support it on the flute. This doesn't blow into the flute here, but when you blow into the mouthpiece here, the air is transferred through this transfer tube into this tube here, and that comes into the first chamber. Into the first chamber, it then comes into underneath the totem and blows underneath the totem to generate the tone through the embouchure hole. And so what that allows me to do is it allows me to blow into the flute right here and place my hands down here by my chest rather than way out here. If I have my hands here and I'm blowing into the end of the flute, you see the big twist on my wrists, and that bend in my wrist becomes really uncomfortable, and it really tweaks them, and it hurts, and it limits the amount of spread I can get between my fingers, and it really limits how I can play the instrument. But if I play here instead, I can play a lot more spread between my fingers, I can play it more comfortably, I can play for a lot longer time, and so on. Another place that I can blow into the flute, if I design the flute this way, is I can, instead of putting the mouthpiece here, I cannot put the transfer tube on as a flute maker. I cannot put this transfer tube in and not put the mouthpiece here, but instead put a mouthpiece right here. So I'd blow into the flute here, and this would push the finger holes down. I would want to do that if you are a bigger person and you need the flute holes down because your arms are longer. If you get the flute too far up so that you're like this, now your hands start bending like this because you're too big for the flute, and so you need to push the flute actually down a little bit, and so you can blow it here. You still maybe want the flute to side blow, but you need it not so far up like this. It just depends on who you are and your body shape. So so the best thing to do is just pick up the phone, call me, and we can talk about your body shape, what's going to fit you best for the flute that you're wanting to play, whether it's bass G, bass A, low C, low E, whatever the flute is. If you're a person that's having trouble playing a low E flute and you really want to play a low E flute, give me a call. We can put a side blow on a low E flute, and I'll bet you'll be able to play it without any problem whatsoever. And that's really exciting. To me, that's really an exciting thing because it increases the amount of flute that you can play and brings the accessibility up for you. And I really think that's a wonderful thing. So, anyways, bass G. I'll go ahead and play this for you. And Cocobolo. Bass G Cocobolo. So I actually play typically with my left hand down, as you probably noticed on the other flutes, on the Rosewood flute. When I came to the bass flute, I switched to right hand down. The reason I switched to the right hand down is that 80% of my customers play with the right hand down. I call left hand down goofy hand because, well, I don't know, when I learned how to skateboard and water ski, they called it goofy foot when I skied with my left foot back. So that's how I skied, and so I called it backward or goofy hand when I played with my left hand down, just because it seemed like that's the way I played. But so it made sense. But anyways, we can make the bass flutes and any of them with the setup on the left hand side. And so if you play goofy hand with your left hand down like I do, then just let me know. We can set it up like that for you. But for most of my clients, they play with their right hand down. We just make it set up like this. In the old days, I used to make a setup where it rotated and you could set it up either way. But you know, it just it proved to be just too fragile to make it you know, movable. The Black & Decker system just didn't work. It was much better to make it solid for people and more trustworthy that way. So anyways, bass G flute, give me a call, 801-822-1415. You can reach me at brent@woodsounds.com or see us on the website at www.woodsounds.com. One more thing I'd like to talk to you about, that's the Summer Solstice Flute School and Festival. We're going to have the Flute School and Festival in Park City, Utah. It's during the solstice. The festival actually starts on the solstice, which is June 21st. And the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd is the festival. The school is the 17th through the 19th, through the 20th. And our instructors are going to be Mary Youngblood, Joseph Firecrow, Suzanne Tang, Vince Chafin, and Joe Young. It's an incredible lineup of instructors, absolutely amazing. They're going to be teaching in a master's class format or a master's series format. So it's just going to be a spectacular way of learning. You'll have opportunities to go out into the countryside and play the flute, or into Park City and play the flute in various locations, as well as all sorts of instructional opportunities. There'll be opportunities to learn how to play, make flutes with Joseph Firecrow if you desire. You can see more about this on the website. Now, we used to be the Zion Flute Festival, so the website is still www.zionflutefestival.com. You can also see us at Summer Solstice Flute Festival on Facebook. If you have any questions, just give me a call. I'd be happy to help you with that. Again, that's 801-822-1415. I hope you have a wonderful St. Patrick's Day weekend and are enjoying the spring weather, getting out playing your flute.